Hey you guys, Victoria Velasquez here with Walking Life. I'm doing this episode today, or this video on procrastination. This is something that we all suffer with at some stage, at some point in life. And I know the hardships that you face with procrastinating. I wanted to share with you some of the things that are like absolutely mind-blowing, that people don't even know what procrastination actually means. A lot of people equate procrastinating to being lazy, and it's not. It's not being lazy at all. You have a lot of people that are out there every day that are doing it, that are making it happen, that are grinding, that have careers, that have family, that have kids, that have soccer practice, that have this, that, and the other. But there are still things that they want to achieve, yet they are struggling to do that because they procrastinate. Does that sound like a lazy person to you? Doesn't to me. So we beat ourselves up with that. We think, man, we're not being the best that we can be. We're not doing all that we can do because we suffer with this procrastination. There's been a lot of studies and research behind why people procrastinate, what makes you a procrastinator. And I tell you, it shook my world when I found out what it really means when you procrastinate. Now, when I was 18, I started a mortgage brokerage. And I did this for several years and made a ton of money behind it, had cars and houses and you name it. And I was busy all day long. I mean, all day long. That's all I would do was work. I was obsessed with it. And I would still procrastinate. Now, when it comes to someone who might want to take up a hobby, or you might want a better lifestyle, or you might want to be in better health, you try to think about what can you do to make this happen? And you'll find that you simply are stagnant, right? Procrastination is, believe it or not, it's a stress reliever and it's a stress giver. Let me kind of break that down for you. When you have made a decision that you want to do something and you set your mind on it and you're out there and you make it happen, when you decide that you're going to get up and you're going to walk and nothing's going to stand in your way and you start to see results, that is a motivator. That is going to be something. If you start on a Monday and you dedicate, hey, I'm just going to get out there. I'm not going to put any stress behind it. I'm just going to get out there. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to plan a distance, which is what I recommend. Don't set a specific time frame. Don't set a specific length. Just open the door, walk outside, start somewhere. So now let's say you go out and it was a 5-minute walk. All right, day number 1, bankable. You put that in the bank. Now you're going to be more willing on Tuesday to get back out there because you already opened your bank account. You don't want to let yourself down. You don't want to continue to procrastinate on the idea when it's something you have already started. So now Tuesday you go out there and you do the same walk. Wednesday comes, you push yourself a little further. Now you have 7 minutes down, bankable. I do think it's important at some point to clock, or have an estimate of the distance that you walked and the time that you walked, because it matters. But when you're at the very beginning stages, don't put that kind of pressure on yourselves or you'll never ever succeed. You'll never want to do it. So you have to start somewhere. Now, once you have your account established and you're adding to it, the best thing is once you've got a couple of weeks in, now in your bank account you have commitment because you've actually stuck with it, okay? Once you start to see that, oh, this dress fits a little bit better. These shorts fit a little bit better. I like the way that I feel. I have more energy. I'm more enthusiastic. I can think a little bit better. I have a little bit more clarity. Those are all things that are bankable. So now, instead of you being so willing to procrastinate, you have something there and you have an asset to rely on, to fall back on. And you're not as willing to procrastinate when you can see results, right? That's just common sense. If you're doing something and you are not succeeding at it, you're not going to want to continue to do that. If you go on a date with somebody and they're lame and boring, you're not going to want to go on a second date with them. If you go out with somebody and they're mean to you, you're not going to want to be in their presence, right? It's the same thing with anything in life. Why? Because everything is based upon feelings. Everything that we do in life. And procrastination can be a killer. So the only thing that you can really do truly to combat that is to just make a decision to get up and make it happen. You have to start somewhere. So don't let procrastination be something that keeps you bogged down, that keeps you in bondage, because that's what that does to you. It doesn't mean that you're a lazy person. It means that you're a person who has too much stress in their lives. So when you procrastinate, it's a good excuse not to do something, not to fulfill the things that you would like to accomplish in life. That's all that it is. It's a way to kind of decompress. So if you go to work, you come home from work, you've got your family to tend to, and the day has gone by, and now you say, man, I wish I would have got out there and I wish I would have walked. But you still don't do it, right? That's procrastinating. But in your mind, what you are doing is you are subconsciously, without even, you are unconsciously, you are not even realizing that you are creating a habit. That's all you're doing is conditioning yourself, your body, your mind, your mentality to a habit. That is ultimately the killing factor of procrastination, is that you are conditioning yourself to procrastinate on whatever it may be. So when it comes to walking, how can you condition yourself? How can you switch the game? How can you actually replace that procrastination and actually exchange it for what you would like to achieve? The simple answer is you just start. You literally just open the door, you walk outside, and you start to put one foot in front of the other. Don't use the excuse that, oh, I don't have the right sneakers. Oh, I don't have this. Oh, I don't have the right gear. Oh, well, my hair is this. Or just go and do it. And now you have something bankable. And I'm telling you, this method will work for a lot of people. Why? Because it works through whatever it is that you're procrastinating on in life. Do it, have a good experience, and you're going to want to come back to that good experience. You're going to want to come back to whatever made you feel good. And that's one of the things with me. When I first started walking, I didn't want to walk. I didn't want anything to do with walking. I was forced to walk because I lost all 3 of my vehicles one morning. I was forced to walk. And then I was forced to actually take a bus, and that came before walking. But I got tired of sitting 30 minutes, 45 minutes sometimes in between bus stops before another bus would come. And I used to live in Las Vegas, Nevada, and sometimes, depending on where you were, the bus would come every 15 minutes. But on most stops, it's every 30 minutes. And I get bored easily. So what did I do? I would start taking my frustration and my boredom, and I would walk to the next bus stop. Just simply, it wasn't because I wanted to walk. It was simply because I wanted to utilize my time to keep from thinking about how pissed off I was that I was in this situation. So it actually evolved over time. I would walk from one bus stop to the next bus stop. And then sometimes, I'm sorry, I'm a little winded because I walk at a little bit of faster speed, even while I'm shooting these videos. But sometimes the bus would pass right by me and I would be pissed. But then that would turn into, well, you know what? No big deal. I've got another 30 minutes. I'll go ahead and I'll sprint for a couple other stops. And then it turned into, a necessity. And then I stopped relying on the bus and I would just walk everywhere I needed to go. And then I said, hey, I kind of like the results that I'm seeing. Why? Because I started adding things to my bank account when I wasn't even in that mentality. Nobody told me this. I wish somebody had. But when I research videos on YouTube, I haven't seen anything. When I research on Google, I haven't seen anything that relates to kind of my story and how I'm talking about how walking and going and getting through life and what walking does exactly. I haven't seen anybody kind of break it down. At least I haven't. Um, if you have seen something, please comment. Please subscribe. Please hit the notification bell because I'm going to be doing videos daily. And at some point, I'll let you guys know exactly when you can expect, like what time of the day I'll be doing most of my uploads. I might even try to upload once in the morning and kind of once in the evening, so I can show you the different variations of walking at different hours of the day. I do a lot of walking at night as well. All right, so now let's get back. So my own bank account, I started to realize that, my clothes were fitting better. I had more clarity. I was losing weight. I was feeling more energetic. I felt stronger. It changed my character because I felt like, man, I'm out here doing it. I'm a person that suffers from anxiety and depression. And I noticed that when I would walk, particularly when I was feeling in a negative mood or feeling down or depressed, I would walk and I would go outside and I would look at the beautiful scenery and I would see all of God's handiwork and I would feel better. So over time, I became just a different person entirely, and it's all due, well, it's not all due, but in part to walking. That turned from loving walking into just a full-blown obsession. I mean, I am obsessed with walking. Now I will do anywhere from 10 to 15 miles a day. And you can get to that point too. But you need to focus more than anything. For those of you who procrastinate, you have to start somewhere. Because guess what? The time is going to come and the time is going to go. You have no control over that. Only God Himself can establish time. So the time is going to come and the time is going to go. So if every single day, which turns into every week, which turns into every month, which turns into every year, that you keep putting it off, well, that time has still passed and you still haven't done anything about it. So the only way you can combat that is to just simply start somewhere. And then you will become a person who eventually, now this is no longer just a routine, this is your lifestyle. And it will evolve for you. So I definitely want to talk to people about their own struggles with procrastination and how I can possibly help. Please comment, please subscribe, please hit the little notification bell because I'm going to be uploading daily, and that's the only way that you're really going to know, and it's going to make it easier for you so you don't have to search. There's just one less thing that you have to worry about or focus on. So again, thank you guys. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. Let's get out there and let's walk together and let's make it happen and let's stop procrastinating. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.